And we're gonna start with the live letter recap that happened yesterday on the 9th of July. And not a lot happened, but a lot happened at the same time.
Freaking benchmark trailer.
Yes.
I hate that I like the Paladin one so much.
And, well, the benchmark trailer is going to be available tomorrow, the 11th of July, where we're going to be able to make a male bunny boy as well. Because usually that includes the character creator. And there was a couple of things that were showed during that benchmark trailer. A lot of new ability being showed if you, like, slow down the video.
Yeah, I saw the Paladin ability where there's just like a bunch of shields around him. It was like, what the hell?
Yeah, like a increased version of I don't recall the name of the ability that he used, but the one that he put a big shield in front of him, not DLB, but the other one. Little bunny, yeah. Oh, and also another thing that we learned: male Vieira is gonna be shorter than female Vieira.
Yes, I'm so happy about that because there's so many people pissed off about that.
So there's not gonna be giant bunny.
I actually love the fact that they made the male Vieira shorter than the females, which makes sense because the males are all fucking hermits.
Mm-hmm.
And the females are, they do hunting and stuff. They're like, it just makes me very happy. And it might be petty, but it's also kind of part of it is because people are not happy about it.
Hose mad.
Yeah, pretty much. I was like that when they announced that Gunbreaker was a tank and not a DPS too.
But at the same time, they made that like, oh, he's a tank, but he's a DPS also. So
I mean, technically, it is like a very advanced blue DPS.
Yeah, like it's like warrior is blue, but he's technically red as also, and also green.
Pretty much. Yeah, that's very strange.
So yeah, but yeah,
warrior life is just getting to have it all.
Exactly, warrior is just perfect in every
much.
way. So the big question is, who's gonna be taller, cat boy or bunny boy? That's the thing.
That's. I guess you'll find out with the benchmark.
Yeah, tomorrow we're gonna be able to see
I want to see
one.
what hairstyles they get.
I wonder if they're gonna be able to wear at as well. That's the other
I will
thing.
say, one thing I noticed, to jump ahead a little bit, that gives me some hope is like with the artifact gear. One of them, I can't remember which it was. I think it was the warrior
ninja one. The ninja one. It was a Vera with the gold saucer hair.
Yeah, there was that, and I also noticed that one of them, I think it's the warrior gear, was a Hrothgar with a helmet. So I have a lot of hope.
Yeah,
that kind of stuff.
I'll show them a bit later on because I do have like the Reddit link here. But yeah, there's that. Other thing that got showed, some, like I was talking to Ryuko a bit earlier
that
about
is
that.
Definitely Hrothgar in warrior gear.
Yeah, but like there was the summon ability as well that we saw, like the dash. That is weird.
I'm very excited, and I have some thoughts on what I think it is.
Like I feel that it's like a dash that's gonna have different property depending on which summon you have out. So if it's probably gonna be like damage up, I guess. Gyarados may be your AoE, and the chicken nugget's gonna be like a shield or something like that. I feel.
I would love to just fucking beam myself to my Titan and give everybody a shield and actually have Titan be useful.
Yeah, poor chicken nugget. No one like it. Other thing that was showed, there was not a lot more showed except all the cast was there. They did show the what I think is gonna be the Reaper LB3, which look great. Like really like a giant sight, like a couple ability, then giant sight.
I love that they use Xenos to do it, to like show off the LB.
It makes sense because I mean he's the one that like spoil, I guess, the class or show the class first. So it makes total sense for that. And also there was also the Alfino shield that he put on the Warrior of Light, which as a sage, which is pretty interesting as well. Like I said,
Yeah, especially because he did it to block the Limit Break 3.
Yeah. So I wonder if it's the limit break or, like I said to Rico earlier, if it's like Benediction but as a shield. That put like a huge shield on someone. Because the shield was massive on that. And it would be great. Like having a bit like a Benediction but as a shield would make it so much easier for fight when the tank doesn't want you to cool down.
Yeah, or even like you could skip a tank swap with that.
Yeah, like they could invuln apart and put a Benny on that, and then you're good to go. So that would be pretty awesome for that. The other thing that we saw on that is there's probably going to be a return of Omega, which I like that fight. Except the larboard starboard part, I like that fight. So.
Oh, God.
Everything else is fun in that fight. So
I loved that 11 was harder than 12.
Yeah, by a mile.
That was harder than like the final fight. Like what?
Like
I always thought that was hilarious.
Especially now in Savage, where you do Goodbye World instead of Hello World, so you pretty much skip a whole mechanic. So
Yeah.
So instead of everyone taking a mechanic, no, all DPS just jump off and kill themselves to just avoid that mechanic. I always find it funny on that. Such a weird way to cheese that fight, but... And also the other thing is, O12 had like a gate, because if you go to the second phase, you like don't need to do the first phase again. You don't need to fight Mommy and Daddy again. So there's that. But yeah, so we might see Chicken Tender drifting away again soon. Other thing, next thing that's gonna happen in FF14 is gonna be on July 19th that they announced, which is gonna be the Make It Rain, whereas everyone's gonna be at the Gold Saucer to do stupid thing.
I wonder get that giant Sabo Tender mount.
Mm-hmm. And I would suggest people to get 200k, I think it was, for the car. Because last time that was the way you could buy it. It was at the Gold Saucer. I don't know if they're going to change that. But you could buy it at the Gold Saucer for 200k. So get those MGP. That's going to be for sure. The day after that, it's going to be patch 558. Which may or may not have the data center travel. But it's going to be like the last bridge between Shadowbringer and Endwalker. So that's going to be quite interesting. Moonfair.
Excited for Endwalker early access.
Yeah, for sure. Moonfair, I don't recall what is Moonfair. Moonfair. Oh, it's...
Moonfire is like the summer stuff.
Oh, yeah, last year it was the beach stuff, right? I think?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, that's the one.
We got the hula dance.
Yeah, there was that, and there was like giant crab you had to kill. And you could get like the dress.
Yeah.
It was quite fun.
It was like a hula dance. Sorry for the background noise.
It's okay.
There was also a shark, I think.
Yeah, there was a giant shark that walked on the land and you had to kill it with as a fate over there. I remember now.
Because I remember that because part of that fate you had to like dance.
Yes, you had. Yeah, I remember now. You had to charge something, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
It was like quite something.
I feel like I've missed out on a lot.
It's like a annual event that they do. After that, gonna be the Rising, which this one I really don't remember. Rising. Oh, there was a Ishtola though that I could not get now. 2 years there with love. I don't recall this event. Holy crap, I don't recall any event now. But seems
For
like
shame.
you didn't do them, so
I wasn't around.
I am sad that I missed on the Ishtola Doldo. Then after the Rising in September is going to be FF15 collab return, where everyone can do it again and get a car. Mid-September.
Medallion.
Yeah, I'm looking for that one because I missed it the first time, so I'm really looking for it. Mid-September is going to be another live letter. October is going to be the Mogul Treasure Trove, which like the token and everything you do dungeon. Then early November, live letter. Then after that, Endwalker, which I cannot wait for. After that, All Saints Wake, which is Christmas. Christmas. Wait. Yeah, All Saints Wake is Christmas, right?
Yeah. Pretty sure.
Then after that, Starlight Celebration, which is...
No, it's Starlight.
Starlight
is
is Christmas. All Saints Wake is the Halloween.
Yeah.
thing.
I remember they do Halloween at a weird time in FF14.
I think the Starlight Celebration was the only event, one of the only events I did back when I first played FF14 a long time ago. And there was like a choir mini game. Is that still how that event works, or is it different every year?
Oh, I remember that. Last year it was that as well, I'm pretty sure. So it might be the same thing every time. I can't tell you for sure. Then after that, it's going to be Eventster, which is Chinese New Year's. This year, what's going to be the helmet though?
Next year is going to be the year of the tiger, so...
Tiger helmet, okay.
Does that mean I missed the year of the dragon?
Yes, that was 2 years ago? 2 or 3 years ago. You can still get them on the Mog Station though.
I was born in the year of the dragon.
Me too. And
I believe so.
my Chinese is dragon, so... But yeah,
Actually,
that's...
what year was I born in? I don't even know.
Yeah, well...
Tiger.
But yeah, like, so this is Tiger. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the Net 7. Other thing that we saw that we're talking, Yoko Taro is a madman. And...
What else is new?
Understatement of the century.
I actually finished the weekly quest from doing the raid, or after doing the raid, and it was a very interesting ending.
Yeah, I actually did it like this week, and it's actually open-ended, kinda. But at the same time, scary the way if you read the letters, so I don't know.
Did you notice that the two Lalafels looked very similar?
Yeah. And I don't want to spoil too much on that because it's a good story, but...
and also I haven't finished it.
But it's like... It's open and then ending with no good or bad in it, so it's like... weird. And it opened like for so much in the future if they collab again, which is great.
And apparently the choices people made at the very start was a very one-sided, apparently.
Yeah, like it was almost all across around 65 to 35. Like pretty much on every server. I guess people just picked the first option because they didn't know.
Yeah, probably.
That's what I thought.
I really deliberated over that too for a solid few minutes.
Yeah, it doesn't change much, but still. Also, like, Yoko Taro did say that he's open to more collab. They just need to pay him. That's all.
He's a simple man.
Yeah, just...
A simple, crazy man.
I know what he means, but it makes it sound like they didn't pay him for this one. Like...
And also, he did say that he wants to make more mount, like the flying unit and the pod.
I want the pod as a mount so badly.
He said that he wants to do it, so maybe in the future. And also, another thing that he did say is his first plan for the near raid was for the ball mechanic to wipe people if someone touched one.
Yeah, he was wanting to like delete data centers. So I mean,
Like I would not have been surprised if he pitched the option. Okay, you cannot finish the raid if you do not delete your character. That would be
like he was just like, how much chaos can I inflict?
well. At first, the way it said it said, "Okay, I want to burn Square Enix with this collab."
Like in the first raid, we were talking about how like he was like trying to make things as difficult as possible, and Yoshi P is just like, no.
Yeah, at least Yoshi-P was holding him back.
Like I
Surprised
remember
they don't bring him out in like a straitjacket or something. Like
I remember when they were showing Puppet's Bunker, and they were on the first boss. They're like demoing it or whatever, and like there was a wipe almost immediately, and Yoko Taro was just like, "Oh, we died. Oh, I guess we died."
Yeah, it doesn't care about well, it care, but
I adore that man.
yeah, like he has an idea in his head, and he just go through with it. He just run
seems
with
real
the,
neat.
yeah, like
I
need
would
to play his
love to sit
games.
down and have a conversation with him.
I mean, yeah, like it's probably the type of guy that if you see him in a bar, you could easily buy him a drink and have a conversation with him, no problem. You have to recognize him because he will not have the mask, but still.
I would like to scientifically study him. He's just fascinating.
Yes, I highly suggest playing the Drinking Guard games and the Nier games because they're all very good. Fun fact about Nier, though, Nier was built upon a troll ending in Drinking Guard.
Yeah.
They literally took this trolly ass ending to one of the Drinking Guard games and was like, let's make a whole entire separate series out of this.
Now I just realized you said that. Now he said he's working on a new game. So
Yeah.
So what if that new game is another series, but based on the ending on
He's been
FF14?
extremely vague about it.
He said it's not a mobile game. That's what he said. That's all he said. And also he said he wanted to write for FF16, but like he pretty much make Yoshi-P leak info about FF16 without Yoshi-P knowing.
As he should.
Like saying things like, "Oh yeah, I want to write on the scenario," and Yoshi-P was like, "Oh, the scenario is done. We're working on the English voice acting now, so we know the game is almost done. That there's gonna be voice acting, and English and Japanese. So, yeah."
Well, I hope there's gonna be voice acting in English and Japanese. It's a main series release.
Well, we never know. Like, it's hard to know now. But, is there anything else? Okay, that was pretty much a segment with Yoko Taro. It just said more instant thing again. Like usual. So that's it for that. So, another thing I'm quite interested that they did announce is that they're gonna change the housing system. Finally. With a lottery system.
Thank God.
I might be able to get a house finally. They probably still gonna like the people that grandfather the system still have their multiple house, but it's probably still gonna be single house for everyone. Because I don't recall on which server it is, but there's someone that owned a whole ward of house.
That's someone on Mateus, I believe. There's these two people that own an entire ward. There's also someone on Gilgamesh who has several FCs and houses for those FCs on Gilgamesh. So
Yeah.
So that person who owns an entire ward, do they have to visit every single house in the ward so they don't get deconstructed, or like, or do they just visit the ward and they're good because they own the whole thing?
I don't know, because I'm not sure how that system works.
they have to actually go inside of their house. If it's an FC, then anybody can go into the house and it'll keep it from demoing. But for personal houses, the house owner needs to go inside of it every
God, I would not want to
45
go.
days.
I would not want to go through a whole ward.
I just sold off my medium house on my main for like 80 mil. And I downgraded to a small. And I'm going to take that gil and go get a castle in Ishgard when the time comes.
Yeah, and you might actually be able now with the housing system change.
Mm-hmm.
They said they're still going to have some be first come, first serve, right? When it drops.
I don't know.
They
just said they were going to be working on the system.
Yeah, like there's no, like they said, first come, first serve might be there. So probably if you are in the first one, you have more chance. They also said that there's going to be ward for FC and ward for solo player.
What I'm very curious about with the lottery system, though, is like what happens when someone relocates? Do they have to put in a bid too, or like do they just do the transfer, do the relocation immediately, and then the other house is up for bidding, or like
Yeah, like this. I guess we're gonna know more about that in the next patch.
What they could do is transfer all of those lottery biddings to the plot that gets emptied when someone relocates, maybe? I mean, it's not the most ideal, but...
Yeah, but you have the problem of, like, what if it's a different size lot, like someone's downsizing?
So yeah, it's kind of
I imagine the deposit prices are going to range.
Downsizes?
Someone who want money? Like Nori?
Listen, I want a castle in Ishgard, okay?
Because we know Nori does a lot of things for money, especially in fast mode now. We know that.
Yeah, apparently I'm willing to kill myself in Phasmo for biddies, so...
Yeah, imagine, like, not having the integrity to refuse a bribe like that. Couldn't be me.
I mean, I was just surprised it took so long for the ghost to actually get me. Because I was, like, screaming at it for a good minute before when the hunt started. Like, it was, like, hesitant.
Like, who's that crazy woman over there?
It took longer for me to die to, like, me charging in than it was for me to, like, try to hide behind a door or something.